Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prrrr. My name is Ajoy, and yes, today we get Amorimbo. Amorimbo in the building. Master rapping live.
Full backs flying wide.
Make I share this story. The time we go Kumasi for the first time. After the Akomeah when I'm friend yet. The Michael where we know how. But see, that's the talk say make no take first impression judge human being. It be true. Akomeah be fantastic guy. Everywhere I go call him space. We go call him we play everywhere be Akomeah go they give you. So bro. For the second time meeting, I go there. Hey! My unique cap. Yeah. Oh, don't give you up. It's not an option for him. I go there. Say. And that kind of probably because
Charlie, I'm in the process of giving up.
How? You have already given up.
I've
given up.
Don't give you up. Akomeah give you up.
Next season, number 21 and
Oh. You know we go relegation.
Oh no,
league number 21.
Oh nah, we go compete.
I go.
We get our we get Amor my Daroma. Yeah, you are do. But guys,
that song AJ from all platforms. You know they Apple Music.
That's how we
this Spotify.
For do collabo.
It is going somewhere.
My man that I got feel up. If I go play no man, I give Manchester.
Oh yeah.
You better pass.
Yes.
You better pass.
Milos Klose.
Sexy Anna.
Rasmus Holland. Milos Klose.
You guys see the next picture where they chill for. Anyways, guys, we they beg you subscribe. We bring you Akomeah. You get ask for Akomeah, Michael, Coach Nimley. We go bring them all. But subscribe, make we go the channel together. So today we are talking Club World Cup. And then I come to you first. How do you see the Club World Cup so far? Like, forget about the games. The whole euphoria about the Club World Cup, your impression about the Club World Cup so far?
All thanks has to go to Florentino Perez. He had to bring out an idea. Obviously, more of the inventions. More of the inventions they see, you know, but the people then bring them out where they see. Somebody bring the invention, no, be coaching. No, man, even music. More people, ghostwriters, then they pick them as songs, then they blow them.
I decided that they say Chelsea tripping to US when you over 10 million.
10 million.
Oh, there's Oakland City considered 10 goals. But they are going to the bank, smiling and laughing.
We go score them. Pro FC, we go score Thomas and Rough.
Now I see.
Forget
about first to Florentino Perez, but also Infantino. He tap on the chance while this one tapping the chance. 32 right now. They say next 4 years, and they want to do 48 because he has seen. Wow. He has seen how productive and also see the people who they bring on board when it comes to marketing it. Speed no be somebody he get close to, but he day inside. We have celebrities now. They're gonna do halftime shows. Times them go day inside. You understand? So you can see that he wants to market it to the point where it will be a very, very important trophy, a very major trophy. If you want to win Ballon d'Or, if you win someone, like if you win that trophy first, you understand? And the way he make this first edition very, very, very nice. You win them and you go wear the badge 4 years in a row. If Chelsea win them, you 4 years.
No, Chelsea no go for win them.
Oh, you go win them.
Oh, Chelsea no go.
We have about 1,000 teams. Chelsea is
but aside what he did talk.
PSG Akomeah. Oh, Besheno.
We meet PSG.
We can find out. You beat. You can do it.
Tell me.
Easy.
You know, I'm cooking something for you, but
PSG get some guy be Mayu.
Oh, the bobo to where? Oh, bien the bobo PSG. Oh, bien the bobo. Ben Sika, he coach Sika the bobo. But you see, something to I read plus the branding, you see, if you can maybe walk up, EP or they walk out of the tunnel together. But this one then change up.
No.
They mention your name.
See, Messi own it.
Just like the basketball.
Messi own a cinema. Oh, hey, or a party. On no, Charlie, they be.
I mean, how you see it?
Atapapa go ball. You know, you would have loved to get this particular kind of attention, especially at that stage. But I think the whole competition gives us a different view about how football is heading to, or where football is heading towards to. For instance, now we have the Conference League, we have the Europa League, we have everything. I think the main motive behind those competitions is to get the lesser clubs involved. Said that you can literally finance them through another means to get them to a certain standard where they can compete with other clubs within their own federation or even their leagues. That is the same thing FIFA is also trying to do, to give relevance to other clubs who are less known. You look at Auckland City, they've been champions at the OFC Champions League for quite some time now. But this tournament gives them the exposure. It opens them up. It makes them understand what it means to be playing European football and all of these things. And it's literally going to be 4 years interval. So I think after 4 years, if you enter this particular tournament, there's a certain level of let me say happiness that you get inwardly. Playing against Bayern Munich, playing against PSG, playing against, you take the other clubs closer to the lesser ones, and the lesser ones also get the opportunity to get closer to the bigger clubs in terms of how they run their clubs, connections here and there, players. You know, you can sell one player to FC Bayern Munich can also sell a player to you, or maybe a loan. A young talent or something of that sort, bring into your club so that you can work something out for them. I think this is a competition I love. But if you win it, you are the best club in the world. That is what you have to understand.
The best football club in the world.
How we played the World Cup with nations. But I think the difference between this one and the main World Cup is within this one, you can buy players. But the World Cup, if you are bad, you are bad. But with this one, you can go to a different club, get a player, spice up your team before you come to the competition. I think this is for the first time, so there's going to be a little bit of argument here and there. I've already seen the Europeans turn against it. They've started criticizing it. But you are the same people who created the Conference League. You are the same people who created the Europa League. Because they are not hosting it. They will give relevance to it when they start hosting it.
If you come to my country or something.
Next 4 years is going to be worse, I'm telling you, because Saudi Arabia is going to host it.
Okay.
They don't want to come Europe right now. They want to one for different continents.
So Saudi Arabia is good due to the fact that Saudi Arabia is hosting the World Cup. So any country that is hosting the World Cup,
will host the club.
You host the Club World Cup. So unless we get to the turn of Portugal, Morocco, and Spain, that World Cup, that is when we are going to see the Club World Cup move there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Portugal or Spain, one of them will have to pick it up.
I don't come inside. I listen to your interview as Sporty. You were like, you are scared of the African football. You were talking about the Ahly performance against Inter Miami.
Yes.
Can you go into that? Because I realized that they played against a team, Miami, who is struggling. So I was expecting them to score Miami 1-0, 2-0. But I realized that even Miami dominated them.
I think first of all,
and Ahly is the face of African football.
They are a standard when it comes to the continental
African
football. But you see, when it comes to even budget, Ahly can even literally go into the transfer market with like $20 million, $25 million as compared to other clubs on the continent. So they are there. So whenever you have that standard, we measure you according to the standard that you actually bring into the tournament, especially when we are ranking the teams in the Club World Cup. Inter Miami is way below you.
Then give them invitation, but then take come.
Then give them invitations halfway the middle. So on the other hand side, you look at the team that Ahly paraded to the tournament. These guys play for the national team. The Egyptian national team. Dari, Morocco, some way, somehow. Shanari, goalkeeper for the Egyptian national team. Trezeguet, Egyptian national team. Imam Ashur,
Zizou,
national team. Zizou, national team. So look at the crop of... So literally, you are using your national team to play against an MLS club. So we expect you to get results. We expect you to do something better in that particular game. But, you know, Africans, we live with a certain notion. Whenever we go for major tournaments, we played well. So let's go back to 2006 when Ghana met Brazil. After the game, Charlie, we are okay. We played well. At least we dominated Brazil. Or at least we created chances. You see, I watched Senegal against, I think, Japan or so at the World Cup. After the game, they were like, we played well. We created a lot of chances again. But at the end of the day, Japan won. Nigeria against Argentina, the same thing. But at the end of the day, Argentina won. So we played well. We created a lot of chances against Inter Miami. At the end of the day, you drew. You have 1 point. The end result of every single football game is to win. So if you don't win, you failed. That is football.
Nice.
And this is a tournament where you play 3 games in a group stage. So 3 games in a group stage. Your first match is very important. Now your next 2 games, you are playing against Palmeiras and you are playing against FC Porto. Literally, these 2 teams are way above Inter Miami. So if you're not winning against Inter Miami, how sure are you? Or let's even strike the probability that you're going to win against Palmeiras or even FC Porto. It's literally low. So the mentality we take into tournaments and all of these things, we need to work on ourselves, and Ahly should be doing better than what we saw. Look at the sequence before the penalty. I watched the game so well. I was analyzing it somehow with how they were set up in the first half and the second half. How Javier Mascherano had to do some things to make Inter Miami dominate the game. And I was like,
Mascherano,
what are you guys doing? Ahly, how are you
If Mascherano can dominate you.
And Trezeguet was just fighting over who is going to shoot the penalty, who is going to do that. Yeah. And as at this time, Trezeguet, national team player, you can't look up, pick your spot before you shoot.
Okay.
A penalty. You can't just look at the goalkeeper, pick your spot. I'm not taking anything away from Inter Miami's goalkeeper. But I think that was a poor execution. Okay. If you literally you've played football before, you're a striker. That was a poor execution. Look at the pressure, how he rushed to play the ball.
Make him easy for the
technique for the kick.
Yeah.
Everything was just
showed him the direction.
Okay.
Everything was just poor. So I think Ahly will need to do better going into the next games. But I have no hopes for them. Let's see what Wydad has for us, or even Mamelodi Sundowns.
Wydad. Let me come to you on the euphoria. If you are watching the Club World Cup, people are saying, the fans are saying that they give them preseason vibe, so they don't go watch. I want to advocate and let them know that it is a big competition. It's a major competition, and if you're a football lover, you have to patronize this competition and watch.
The fans they talk this most be Barca fans. Yes, at the social media, I see them.
Oh, wow, you feel like?
Most
Barca fans.
Benno can see guys.
Did Ralph say anything like that?
Me, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Ralph.
Big ups.
Because Benno, Mone, some other Barcelona fans, then they talk say, they think they look like preseason. Even AFCON World Cup at some point start saying, the matches know the be, but see, relax. We are going to see Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, knockout phase. Likely Bayern, big teams.
In PSG.
Yes, we saw about Atletico.
Who they ever call?
We saw Atletico, Paris Saint-Germain dominated them, lashed them from A to Z. But let's wait. We will read the knockout phase. If your team is not part, football is not going on. Relax. Sit in front of your TV and watch it. Feel the game. Enjoy.
I think the drive around the competition being a preseason kind of competition does not only stem from Barcelona fans. I think it's a global thing.
Okay.
You see, whenever you introduce a new tournament,
because of the US or
yes, the political nature of how football is run in the world now. If you look beyond it, you would understand that these things are normal to happen. Especially with how they are fighting against Saudi Arabia, Qatar. Now, you come to United States of America. Now, a lot of people do not go in tangent with whatever Donald Trump is doing. Now, there's already an Israel and Iran war. There's a lot of things that will come into this particular discussion from that angle, especially USA hosting this particular tournament. Before that, there was something happening in Ahly, a political riot. So people will sit down when they begin to start saying, oh, these people cry, I know they can't host it. These people, they can't do it.
Football. Okay.
They will start pitching an agenda against them. And I know the Middle East people are also pitching an agenda against the US. Because the US did it against them when they were given the mandate to host the World Cup. So that is where it's going to come from. But as it stands now, you look at the Middle East or the Gulf area, they've actually settled their differences. Because the Gulf area, I think, was between Qatar and Saudi Arabia. At some point, where Saudi Arabia felt that Qatar is supplying a lot of arms to these Al-Qaeda guys to misbehave, most of these guys. So they were really worried. So Saudi Arabia decides to step up against Qatar and tell them that, guys, you need to stop this. If you don't stop it, we are not doing this. We are not giving you this. We are not going this way. They go back, they all sit down, and I think Kuwait and Bahrain, most of these guys come in, sit down with all of them, try to dissect the issue and come to a conclusion that the way Saudi Arabia presumes or assumes that Qatar is involved in some of these things, that is not it. And it all happened when there was a football tournament in Qatar at the World Cup.
Okay.
So initially, that was the first time Qatar and Saudi Arabia had their leaders meet, watching the same kind of game in a long period of time.
Football unites. They will always do that for us. Lovely.
One, the football created the agenda in the first place, but second, the football united them. this thing, when we get to the quarters, round of 16 to the semis, Donald Trump will start coming to games.
Interesting.
Things will start picking up from there.
So I don't see the tournament to be a preseason.
So
let's wait to the
how things are moving now and all of this. Let's not forget that we saw China's vice president with Florentino Perez about some few days ago.
Interesting. China hosts World Cup. Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Don't forget, Florentino Perez, no matter what somebody will tell you, he's best friends with Juan Laporta.
Oh, yeah.
Barcelona president.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what,
more than
they unite and do a lot of things. Now he meets him. Remember, this is at the competition. China is at war with USA.
Geopolitics.
Football and politics. About 5 and 6.
Don't be surprised that if Real Madrid loses his first game, there will be a propaganda that this tournament is a preseason game.
Yeah.
That's what they will do. They're playing Hilal, who have quality. Yeah.
If Real Madrid doesn't win this tournament too, there'll be a propaganda.
Let's go into the games. Andy, Messi now he the train goalkeepers too or something.
Oh, why?
Because I see senior Martinez for the opposing side for Miami.
Is it and 38 years?
Yeah. And I like how every major tournament keepers make us happy.
Yeah.
We saw the Ahly keeper, Ahly keeper, and also Inter Miami keeper. And they talked to me about the two of them on the day. The first
Oscar Ustari and 38 years. Then signed him last season, but he just played only one game for them. It was a black goalkeeper with the catch, but I forget his name. But this goalkeeper, this season, he started really well for them, even though they had not been seen top for the league as he got Mascherano de Wassan. The 8 games he did try. But the game he put up on, that was Sunday morning. That was 12 a.m. Very, very good performance. And I was so happy that he won the play of the match. Even the Shanawi, last minute, 90th, 93rd or so, Messi cross and ball, he enter. With the Shanawi guy, J plus in here. This is what we call, standard.
Charlie?
That same Shanawi goalkeeper.
This same competition gets Sanchez for inside 130. You know already.
Oh, but Sanchez will pull up.
Huh?
He will pull up. He's not Stoneboy, but he will pull up.
Okay. According to your coach, Ompo, Sanchez is your number one.
Yes.
Bim!
Whatever you do.
Yeah.
But yes, as they try understand my big bro here, they should have won the game. The first half chances.
Yeah. They
actually, in a sequence of 10 minutes, they had like 4 or 5 2v1s. Like the one defender, then the goalkeeper. They should have buried the game. They should have buried the game. I don't know why second half then come. They couldn't even play a shot on targets in the second half. Yeah. Inter Miami just passed over them. First half, I don't see Messi. Second half, Messi can't turn like the normal Messi as
I don't see Suarez the whole 90 minutes.
Suarez
I think the last 30 minutes of the game saw Suarez and Messi involved in the game. So
yeah, they were trying to cook from
Messi really tried.
And I think because Messi dropped deep. Try to create from that particular zones to get them the goals. But I'm happy for the two goalkeepers. Top performance, top class. Performance.
I mean, they see that in every competition of even Africa Cup of Nations.
I think when I'm going in to watch a World Cup, there are 4 things I look out for. 1, the next generation. 2, the world class players. 3, the key players within the teams. 4, the goalkeepers. Whenever there is a major tournament, these are things I look out for. So the moment I see goalkeepers doing these things, I become so happy because they set standards for the competition. They make it quite worth it. Not only looking at the outfield players, but necessarily goalkeepers who can decide and get points for you at the end of the day. It's not about Messi, it's not about Suarez, it's about the goalkeepers who makes it. And they have interesting stories whenever they come to the tournament.
I know.
And these are things you love to hear. I've seen Jaws speaking about Estival.
We'll get to him.
Best midfield in the Is it best midfield in the tournament?
Yesterday, the PR was
your man. They rate down
average performance, but
they rate down 6.
But I get to say, playing about the PR.
They rate down 6 points.
If the foundations are weak, the system will expose it. So at the right time.
Easy. Somebody when they can't play more plans.
They won't talk say, I'll go with you. Easy. This guy, yes, see what I see there. This guy is giving me Anthony vibes. Like so
then you've not really.
I'm talking about yesterday. Yesterday's game.
You don't play only one game in his entire career.
No. I'm talking about the man of the match now, man.
Because
I so then get them on
Yeah, then Sabam, like then Sabam.
But Pia is built of late.
And to be honest, it was an average performance.
Not average for me.
Not necessarily for him alone.
For the
whole game.
Yeah.
I don't think any player was exceptional yesterday.
I like what Samsu was doing in the game. Samuel Marriott. I like what he was doing.
You know, I've watched him play so well. You know, in the league, in the
Even
Europa League,
Manchester,
even against that is not the standard you expect from.
It won't build to my next question about fatigue and quality in this competition. The sense that we are coming from a season that just ended. Some go play national team games. Are we going to see them, most of the players, fatigued in these games, and we won't see quality? Even though in the first 4 games, maybe PSG gave us some quality because their team is just different. Their aura is different.
Even
I enjoyed the first game because I didn't expect our Ahly to play this way. So are we going to have that problem in this major dollar-made competition? Before I go to,
at this stage, if it was supposed to be the main World Cup, you'll be playing for your nation too. You wouldn't be blaming anything on fatigue.
Okay, so
you understand?
Okay.
Yes. And I think the reason why we are bringing on all these things within this particular competition is about the fact that it's the first time and people are now getting used to the competition. I know Pep Guardiola is saying a whole lot of things, but if they should win it, he will come out and tell us that Manchester City is the best club in the world because they have won the FIFA Club World Cup. You are getting $100 million. Your club is getting it. You will have to go into the transfer market and get players of your choice. You will have to beat PSR. So definitely all these talks about fatigue and all of these things. I'm picking it from the angle that these people are new to the competition and they are now adapting
to the whole
stuff. But we are literally going to get enough quality from this competition as it goes on. Now people are growing into it bit by bit. The seriousness will come in. Maybe when you get to a certain point where you need like 1 point or 3 points to qualify,
you play hard.
You play hard. And when you even get to the round of 16 and things become tough, you play hard. When it gets to the quarterfinal,
you play hard.
You play hard.
Okay, right.
So the more it gets going, the more the tournament.
So on the Esteval bit before I move to go on PSG article, I watched yesterday. Off the ball, I feel like it will depend on the coach where the coach and before we go see what he has to do off the ball. Maybe this coach gave him instructions that don't overdo, don't do more off the ball because we need you when you're on the ball. But off the ball, he did drift come wide. On the ball, he playing as a 10. Already, there's this conversation that he wants to play as a 10 at Chelsea.
Wow.
And we kept asking ourselves, if you want to play at Chelsea, then where will Palmer play? You've been cooking at Palmer at the right wing and playing so well. All balls to you, your take-ons are okay, and you do. But this first game at the Club World Cup, you were drifting off the ball, drifting on the ball. Sometimes on the ball, you go left. So I don't want to see on maybe the coach instructions. So they want him to be the finisher on the day, like maybe the supporting striker. Because he get 2 on target, he missed all. One was on target, one was off target.
Maybe we want you guys to see the versatility in him.
I like that. I like that. So maybe we want you go love to see what Maresca.
Estevao is not a number 10.
Exactly.
He's a natural
right winger.
Yeah,
so you see the problem. His agents, his entourage, they will worry the boy if they don't keep quiet about where he has to play.
I wanted to come in with this. I have a big problem with now South American exports to Europe.
Okay.
1, the pathway. 2, the technicalities of the game, what they are taught. Before they come to Europe.
Exactly.
For example, Ronaldinho, Robinho, Kaká, Pablo Aimar. These guys, they were tested especially at their club levels at South America before they moved to Europe. And before they even move to Europe, they decide on which club they are supposed to choose. With that, they don't even choose the top clubs. Now, Ronaldinho will go through maybe Paris Saint-Germain also. Robinho will go through different ways and means to come to Europe, try and build his confidence and all of that. First, the pathway was literally Spain and France.
Portugal too.
Yes, and Portugal too, because of the language. So they will have to go there, try and pass through the ways before they came to the mainstream. But nowadays, because of PR, they fast track these kids, they put them on the global market, put them in a certain bracket where expectations are beyond their current qualities.
Exactly.
To be very honest with you, Estevao is not yet there.
No, not at all.
I watched him at the Under-17 World Cup. Even Echeverri was superb, was more matured than Estevao as a number 10. He was even playing as a right winger at the World Cup, under 17 World Cup. He played the same World Cup with Sekou Kone at Manchester United. He was with Mali.
Yeah.
And even Kusanov in that same tournament with Uzbekistan.
The Chelsea young guy Kusanov.
No, City.
No, City.
Okay.
Now,
City,
Kusanov went through Alcy Lons, built himself. Now with City, not even starting.
Yeah.
Expectations are being managed.
Yeah.
Sekou Kone, Manchester United, not the main team.
The junior side.
Expectation.
So more pressed
being managed. Echeverry, loan.
Straight.
Back to City. Minute, being managed.
Calm down. And the way Maresca is, I feel like maybe he'll manage this guy.
He has to.
He has to. But where the problem will come in is that the hype from Brazil and the media pressure, if he's not starting games, they will put pressure on him.
The same thing they did with Hendrick, and Hendrick cannot live
Hendrick
up to expectations.
Same thing happened to Victor Roque.
You won't be a starter in Barcelona. Robert is in Yeah.
So my problem is that Esteval and Entourage, calm down, give the boy. Stop doing PR that he's number 10. Chelsea.
And I think that is even taking the shine away from the real Brazilian style of football. Now, Brazilian football is more like European football.
Yeah.
They play like Europeans. They were distinct in their own way.
Yeah.
So look at the South Americans. They were distinct in their own way. For example, Chile, Sanchez, Gary Medel.
Those players.
You look at how they play. They are totally different.
Okay.
You look at Argentina.
Yeah.
Rodrigo De Paul. Julian Alvarez. These guys, when you look at their attitude and whatever they deliver on the pitch, you see they are different.
Yeah, different, yeah.
But now you look at Brazilians and you are seeing Europeans.
Yeah, right.
That's a big problem we could talk about. Let's move to the PSG Atletico game before we wrap up. And you guys know Simeone, I talk already. I respect Simeone. I like him.
You want him
I appreciate
to
what he has done for Atletico Madrid. I was surprised. I took to Twitter, I was like, you guys, they talk, say, Atletico will finish something for this game inside.
Oh, no.
But if I forget the PSG be European champions, then should someone fight for final. And the guys were like, Atletico go win. Hey, the boys say, and I challenge him, yes, sir. Okay, maybe. But Simeone, it's time to say goodbye and move. Atletico has quality enough to do something, to possess the ball for at least 10 minutes in a game.
Who should they appoint?
Oh, for me, I had two names for them. The Bournemouth coach, I said it last time. The Bournemouth coach, or you can go for De Zerbi. They need a total overhaul of everything at Atletico Madrid. Everything there.
But sacking Diego Simeone.
Not sacking, he leaving.
Okay.
Because he has to, leave.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are they?
And going for De Zerbi, to me, downgrade.
No, I think they deserve a style. Something that the fans can enjoy. See this big stadium, they play rigid football.
Already have a style. Maybe they should change the style.
This style, that coach cannot change that style. He can't play possessive football.
Because
He can't Atletico dominate. Now see that the Barrios guy, he wants to be on the ball.
Yeah.
He wants to dominate something. Then every day he has to sit back, counter. See Griezmann. New Coco Griezmann style will change. We'll see an old aging Griezmann who can impact the team.
Akomeah,
Alvarez will regret whatever he did.
The normal 4-4-2 system, big teams in Omuja.
So for me, this guy, they have to move.
There's a lot of things
they have to move on.
You know, Diego Simeone, when his team decides to play, they can really play.
But he's always scared about the defense.
When his team decides. But I think this particular transition has not gone well for Atletico de Madrid. Diego Godin, Juan Fran, that squad left. We've seen a different kind of setup also coming. Jimenez from Uruguay. Yeah. That set also came in. We've seen Felipe Luis moved up. Even the attacking solutions, we've seen Falcao,
even
to Suarez, to this player, to that. I think they've not handled this current transition so well in terms of their defense.
Not
in attack.
Yeah, because Lenglet
in attack, they are okay. I believe you have Griezmann, Julian Alvarez, you have Soloth. You have different profiles up front. They are good. In the middle of the pack, it's good. A little bit of technical quality, a little bit of mechanical quality over there. Gallagher. Most of these guys. Yes, they are good. But I think at the center back row, how can you move from Diego Godin to Jimenez? Then now you're having Clement Longley. It's quite questionable. Lenormand is not a typical Atletico Madrid kind
of.
If you get ball play, Akomeah, don't you feel like a coach with this possession-based idea who is pragmatic will come to Atletico and their fans they will compete, they will be third, they will be second, but they will get a different style that will push them to even be there in the conversation.
Change. I said something some time ago on radio that change is difficult to accept until you start seeing results.
Exactly.
Change is very difficult to accept until you start seeing results. With Atletico Madrid, change is difficult for them to accept as it stands. They believe that we need to keep Simeone. He has done it before. We need to do this. We need to do that.
Okay.
But the results will literally push them to that end. It's not maybe going to be now.
Yeah.
But
Maybe next season.
I will come in for me. PSG Atletico. I go to and then we call it a day.
I talk everything already. Yeah, I summarize everything already. That going for it, I think if you're a coach and you can't tweak your tactics, Amorim, that be the issue. I always get with him. You see, you said you want to play a 3-bar system, and currently the players there are not willing to adapt to the system. At least change to the 4-back system. So Simeone, the defensive counter style is not working. You can try and go with the possession style of play. Yesterday you played against the informed team in Europe.
Yeah.
We expect
and they are winning the competition.
Like you do have qualities who can dominate play, but you decided to sit back and hit on a counter, and yesterday nothing worked. So going forward, I want him to change his tactics, because Paris Saint-Germain, even yesterday without Dembele being part of the squad, we saw Doué and we saw one or two players there. Malou, even low-key guy came into the game and scored and played well. So going forward, I really want to see change on Diego Simeone's side, because they do have quality, all jokes aside, from goalkeeping, defensive phase, even though they don't have defenders who are, let's say, a typical Atletico style of defense, but they have a decent centre backs they can cook. Midfielders, they have DePaul, Byros, even Gallagher is not a bad player. The attacking phase, they have Solo who scored 20 plus goals last season. Alvarez, same. Griezmann, 10 plus. They have quality, so we want to see something in their play.
One word for PSG and their form.
Special.
Yeah. And they are winning it all. They are winning the competition.
I think favorite.
This team go beat Madrid.
Hey.
This team go beat City or City.
I don't think so.
No. Let's get there.
To get new players before we put into the system.
I know, but let's get there.
Who go beat them? Chelsea.
So on paper, PSG be favorite. But any tournament with Madrid.
Madrid is Madrid. But Madrid too, they see, like he said, they won't see. They get excuse already put on. Our new coach won't try a new style. So if Madrid won't win the competition,
we don't care.
Make a start record. Madrid won't win the Club World Cup.
I don't think they are ready to.
Yeah, they're not ready. This is like proper schoolwork for
Akomeah, trust me. I want Baba with the Mbappe. Everything is possible.
They want me something. So guys, pro time with Akomeah. Wow.
Subscribe.
See, very soon, maybe every Monday I will fly out. The Sheldon Jet will take out for Kumasi camp. Exclusive details.
Thank you so much, bro.
So guys, we go see you. Follow me for socials. They on I'll go in space and in space all the time.
I just make I get some.
Now Akomeah for giving
shout out.
Shout out.
They call them Prrrr, so talk to them and then they fool you past.
Guys, I'm happy to be here. It's exciting.
Yeah, finally.
I love everything about Prrrr Sports. Subscribe. Continue to watch them for quality content. It's not about quantity, it's about the quality. Listen for in-depth analysis, in-depth information. Don't go about listening to a lot of things that is going to keep you confused.
We do agenda too, so
Charlie, the agenda, you didn't hear me. Agenda always makes it exciting. I love agenda because it makes it so exciting and it brings the best out of people, especially from opinionated views. So guys, subscribe.
Andy.
Okay, in France from 2015 year batch, we did do 28 Legon in front of Volta Hall when I keep it 28 June. So come
Why are you going for girls in my hall?
We could start for my friends then.
Come on. Butcher boys, they like girls too much.
Yes, and also to Redames Boatin. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. You know, the other one. No,
because how you go do? I go do for girl. You call him.
No, we
I
go
go
Supreme Court.
Why you want to from there?
I don't say you want to talk about something.
Why you
I
want
don't want to talk.
If you talk, I go sue you.
Of course, if you lawyer about that thing, Yenjin too. Hey, Agogo.
That's